There's 173 different types of snakes in Australia. Two things you can't tell when you're looking at a snake is whether it's a male or a female. You don't really care about that when you're confronted with one. The second one is whether it's dangerous or not dangerous, venomous or non-venomous. My advice is to leave them all alone. Their strike range is half their body length sideways, half their body length forwards, and they go around to their tail. They can strike back equally as fast as forward. And that is incredible speed. The fastest striking snake in the world is a West Australian death adder. It strikes at 1/250th of a second, which is faster than a camera speed. You can't outwit them, you can't outthink them, just don't make them feel defensive. When you're out walking and you come across a snake that's in your pathway, you go around it, but your movement should be slow and something like a swaying tree branch in the wind. It's this sudden movement that scares all animals, whether it's a bird, mammal or a reptile. It's that sudden movement that makes them jump and makes them feel threatened. It's out sunning itself and you just happen to be on the pathway you want to be on. Walk back, go around it gently and don't have a confrontation, don't make it feel threatened, don't make it feel like it has to be aggressive towards you. And often the best method of defence for a snake is to attack, so you don't get within that strike range ever and then you move around it slowly. The 3,000 people bitten by snakes every year that's recorded in Australia. We have 1 or 2 to 3 deaths maximum a year, and all of those snake bite deaths sadly have been either treated too late or untreated. So if you've got the 3 bandages with you and apply the pressure and immobilisation technique immediately, there's very little chance of you dying. For a start, the majority of bites are dry, and when you put the bandaging on, it slows the venom rate down to a capacity that you can handle physically and gives you much more time to get you to a medical centre. The hospital with the blood sample can identify the family of snake that bit you and treat that appropriately or give you the appropriate antivenin for it. I think it's a highly overrated fear. Snake, snake, snake. More people die from dehydration and bee sting than snakes. The most dangerous venomous creature in Australia is a bee, but we haven't learned to be frightened of bees. About 1 in 30 people will have a anaphylactic reaction to bee sting. But we've learnt the behaviour of snakes to be threatening, and it's not that at all. You just leave them alone and they go away from you. But it's learnt behaviour. That's why some people have phobias, they're terrified of snakes, some people aren't scared of snakes at all. Depends on how you've been brought up. Fear is one of our 5 basic emotions and should be welcomed. We get a force with it. But you know what to do with that force and you make a rational decisions based on your experience, then it doesn't turn a mishap into a tragedy. Another part of my life is to teach venomous snake handling courses, and the first question I get asked on those courses is how many times I've been bitten. I haven't been bitten on the flesh by a venomous snake yet, and I'd like to retire saying that.